Welcome to the Singapore Suites. Let's have some fun. All right, we're checking out of the Andes, getting into the car where we are headed to the airport for our first class Emirates flight. No.
We're not going on Emirates. We're going on Singapore Air.
First class Singapore Air.
I'm going in the suites.
Suites! India is wild. Lanes are suggestions, love that. And then everyone just kind of like moves kind of out of the way. Ow! Oh shoot. Thank you. I'm gonna have to look into if India is a high, like where they travel, or they have those travel bans or whatever they are, because it seems like they have some crazy security. So you have to, just to get into the airport, you have to get through a security checkpoint just to get into the airport. So usually you can walk in and then you go through security. So it is pretty interesting. We're looking at the board right now, and then we're gonna go check in to Singapore first class.
Japan boarding passes. Okay. These are the boarding passes. Delhi to Singapore, gate of 15. It's a very first day. And you all are invited to incomparable lounge. Gate closer 10 minutes before departure. And this is a lounge direction car.
Now it's time for Singapore's first class experience.
We flew Qatar first class
We've
too,
flown
right?
Emirates first class, we've flown Qatar first class. Now it's time for the Singapore first class. And so we've got 4 out of the 6 suites. This is the parents' first time flying in first class on the A380. And one of the things that my father-in-law was super excited about was the stairs. He wants to see the stairs. And so actually this cabin is right at right by the stairs on the upper deck. So we're looking forward to it.
Again, we're gonna check, you know, cleanliness, service, food, how it compares to the other first class that we've been on. We always like to do a breakdown and comparison to see where it lies in our mind. And again, remember, this is our opinion. We're always so grateful to be in any kind of first class, business class, lie flat seat, but we do want to give you our honest opinion. So we'll see you there.
5 hours and 25 minutes from Delhi to Singapore. Once we get to Singapore, we'll have a 2-hour layover. We're looking forward to it. Check it out. Here it comes. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, hey, fancy meeting you here.
So like we did the hotel room tour. This is almost like the same thing, except it's on an airplane. You've got your wonderful seat that swivels, Amenity Kit, which we'll explore later, some B&O headphones, Singapore Airlines, and then basically all the controls that moves the seat around. Giant TV, and then you've got this bed. Forms into a double bed in the sky. It's gonna be great. All right, so welcome to our home for the next few hours. Singapore Airlines First Class Suites. This thing is wild. You've got your own swivel chair, a completely separate bed, a massive screen, and honestly, it just feels like your own little hotel room in the sky. We had the first 4 suites in the cabin, me, Tay, and her parents. So we kind of took over. And yeah, we weren't mad about that either.
Thank you. Oh, perfect. Oh, it's very hot. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Oh, pajamas. Oh, Lalique. Sweet. Extra blankets. Perfect. Now, let's talk about the bathroom, or should I say spa. It's massive. You've got a vanity area with a big mirror, space to change or freshen up, and all the little things you might need. Lalique lotion, lip balm, a toothbrush, perfume, even some female products. Everything smells amazing and feels super thoughtful. Honestly, we were just walking around in here like, wait, is this a plane?
What did you do?
It's like a pole.
Who said to pull?
It says pull on it. I thought it was a drawer, and it's like, I think it's the inflatable vest.
Yeah.
But I can't get it back in.
Make sure that your seat belt is securely fastened during taxi, takeoff, and landing.
Now Velcro it.
To fasten, bring the two ends of the seat belt together until you hear a click.
I need help.
Tighten it
I
by
can't get
pulling
it.
on the strap.
The entertainment setup is great too. Big 32-inch screen right in front of the bed, tons of movies, shows, games, you name it. And the Bang & Olufsen headphones, solid. Not just nice looking, they actually sound incredible, which is rare on a plane.
The Amenity Kit is by Lalique, and it's super sleek. Comes with a leather pouch, body lotion, lip balm, and a tiny bottle of perfume that I immediately sprayed because, obviously. It's that signature neroli scent that Singapore Airlines loves. And while I thought it was pretty nice, I wasn't a fan. The Lalique is the lacking. Not impressed. I really needed some because it gets so dry in the aircraft. And they just have body lotion and then like some lip balm, which I appreciate. But luckily I took it from our last flight, so I'll have mine.
Then came the meal service. And this is where Singapore Airlines really shines. It starts with caviar because why not? Then we had a lobster salad. We both used the book the cook option, which you can do up to 24 hours before the flight. Tay went with their famous lobster thermidor and I got the herb crusted lamb. Both were incredible. We wrapped it up with a cheese plate and a chocolate dessert with vanilla ice cream. Genuinely one of the best meals we've ever had in the sky.
Now, if you're wondering how this compares to Emirates First Class, especially their Game Changer suite, here's the thing. I still swear the Emirates bed is my #1. I said I've never slept better on a plane. But for both of us, what really made this Singapore flight special was the service. It was flawless. The Emirates Game Changer felt more like a private room, but almost too private. And honestly, the service on that flight didn't even come close. Here, every crew member was warm, attentive, just incredibly thoughtful the entire time. Plus, the suite felt more open and spacious. And most importantly, we got to share the experience together. That's not something you get with every first class product, and it meant a lot to us. Oh, you can fill it up. Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, that'd be great. You can just leave. Yeah, thank you.
After that, the crew came by to make up the bed. And I mean, really made it. Full mattress, pillows, duvet, the works. Now, we read a few reviews saying the bed was uncomfortable, but honestly, we totally disagree. It was one of the most comfortable beds we've ever slept in the air. That said, the seatbelt while laying down was kind of annoying. It's tight and awkward to move around unless you undo it. Definitely our only small complaint. So I think we can successfully say we took over first class in Singapore Airlines. There is another couple that occupied the last 2 suites, but...
Oh, there is? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I feel bad now.
There's so much room in here, you wouldn't even know. This has been the best experience ever. Hands on the best first class airline we've ever flown on. The service is what separates it. The hard products, I would say, are comparable. Obviously, you have more floor space here. There's a bit better seat, I would say, on the Emirates Game Changer.
Yeah, it's a hard to explain that one. It's like you get a Sherpa topper, and it's designed by BMW astronauts or whatever it is, the seat, like the anti-gravity. It is kind of next level. But when it comes to service, I mean, this hard product is honestly very comparable, but what makes it so much better than first class Emirates and first class Qatar is the service. You guys, it is like mind-blowing how nice and attentive everyone on this flight is. I mean, from the moment you walk in, they make you feel like you are so special. When we were in Emirates first class, they made us seem like they were annoyed with us.
Yeah.
And so it was really hard because the hard product was really cool, but the food on this one outshined Emirates first class. The service way outshined. We would fly this every day of the week. I mean, it has been absolutely phenomenal. The space, like he said, the room in Emirates first class was really, really cool, but it was tight. This is ginormous. Ginormous. So there's just, I mean, I could go on and on and on. I've made a list, and it just, I cannot get over this flight. We do not want to get off. We didn't want to get off of the Emirates first class because it was such a comfortable bed, but we don't want to get off of this one because of the last 10 things that I named.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
all.
Well, we have 2.5 hours of this flight left. Unfortunately, the time is going way too quick.
Way too quick.
But we're going to enjoy the last 2.5 hours. We're going to get a quick nap in. We will see you in either Singapore or on the next leg to Osaka, where we'll be taking a business class Singapore Airlines flight to Osaka. We'll be on the 787-10 Dreamliner, the same aircraft that we flew to Bali this last year. So
which
we're really
was also amazing. So
very
far,
excited about that.
Anything Singapore seems to be really
service
great.
is unmatched.
Yeah. The only negative thing that I could find about this trip was that I got shocked every time I touched this. See if it'll show it. Oh, it didn't do it the one time.
Alright, well, this is the last 20 minutes on the flight. We're gonna miss it, because this is good. This has been an awesome flight. The best ever. After we landed, we finished the journey at the private room, Singapore's most exclusive lounge in Changi. And man, it just kept the vibe going. Quiet, calm, a la carte dining, champagne, and just this feeling of, yep, that really happened. A perfect way to end what we both agree was the best flight we've ever had.
Everything you know, I want you to feel like you lost control. Let me in your arms, let me feel you close. I know I'm the one you'll be thinking of. I want you to call it. Wanna hear it at 3 in the morning. Your voice is my silence. Wanna hear it from Cairo to London. Come on, me amo, como me amo, me amo. What's my name?
So here's what I would recommend. Do not show up to the airport earlier than about 4 hours prior to your flight. We showed up here about 5.5 hours early, so we had about an hour and a half wait just in the check-in area of the airport.
Which
very
is
crowded.
Yeah, so crowded, nowhere to sit really.
Luckily, we did several laps, and so we were able to get some walking in. It was great, and we had some good exercise, so that was awesome. All right, so we checked in for our flight, Singapore Suites. There's a dedicated line. Remember, there's only 6 people that can fly in the Singapore Suites cabin, and so we had a dedicated check-in, which was very nice. And then we had an attendant actually walk us through security. It was a very big cluster. You really have to take everything out of your bags and put it in the bins. Anything metal, anything electronic, it was a big cluster.
Which she did not communicate to us. So it was basically like, here, just put your things in the bins, like normal security. We were not given any like real instruction until they were like upset with us.
That's it. Yeah.
So know that, like, have everything out of your bag.
And then we went to the In-Calm Lounge, which is the airline lounge that Singapore Airlines uses here at Delhi International. We went there and we were able to get such great Indian food. I would say it was probably a good 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
So it was it was a great area, great space, plenty of comfortable seating, great staff, wonderful food. It's a good place to go and prior to your flight.
Thanks for flying with us. And as always, until next time, stay curious. Love you guys.